Hello captains, and welcome to another exciting episode in the Delta Quadrant, where we're doing all three of the Kobali Front missions.
The Vadwar are invading the Kobali homeworld, and I'm not inclined to let them succeed. Go to Kobali Prime and do what you can to stop the invasion.
Very well, Admiral.
There's something interesting I'd
Hello, I'm Captain Harry Kim, Starfleet's military liaison to Kobali Prime. The Vadwar have been assaulting the Kobali homeworld for months now. The Kobali are near a breaking point. They're not trained for war, not like the Vadwar. The Alliance is here to stop the Vadwar and help the Kobali reclaim their home. You and several others will be leading our forces here. I'll be doing some investigations to help support the effort. Good luck.
Thank you, Captain. Cannot tell you how good it is to have you here, Admiral. Our people have been bombarded by the Vadwar for months. We cannot take much more of this. Before you go out to the field, I would ask your help within the city. Morale is at an all-time low and our people could use a boost. Understood.
We've been fighting this war for nearly a year now, and it's taking a toll on our troops. We are a peaceful people. This is the first time my soldiers have been exposed to death and destruction on this scale. They're demoralized and depressed. I'm concerned about the long-term effects on their mental health. You have more experience than we do in battle. It would help if you could speak to our soldiers and share your insights. Please stop by the med bay. Some of the wounded there have asked to meet you.
Very well.
You're part of the reinforcements that everyone was talking about. Please, you have to stop the Vadwar. We can't lose our home. Not after it took us so long to find it.
I promise I'll do everything I can to help you.
Fifth time I've been in the med bay. Don't think I can go out again after this. Could you take over for me? Everyone here is so scared of the Vadwar. Someone has to be strong.
I'll make the stand against the Vadwar.
My brother, my sister, they're both dead. I couldn't help them. You have to avenge them. Make their deaths worth something. Do what I could not.
The Vadwar will pay for everything they have done to you.
Thank you. It may not seem like much, but you've given those soldiers hope. We have several officers who were recently promoted, who might need some additional training, as well as several tasks that could use your presence. Would you mind taking one of them along to let him shadow you? There is so much we could learn from an experienced Starfleet officer.
Of course, your officer can shadow me. What tasks need to be done?
We have Vadwar weapons that are known to have properties hazardous to the Kobali. Could you scan the crates containing the weapons and determine what the chemical traces are? Nothing we have has been able to identify it. And I've been told you are quite skilled in this area.
I'll go find one of your Tompkins and then check the Vadwar weapons for chemicals. Greetings, Admiral. One of our recently promoted officers is ready to shadow you. He's eager to see you in action and learn whatever he can. Are you ready? I'm ready. Call out the captain.
Reporting for duty, sir. It is a pleasure to watch you in action, sir. How interesting. I hadn't thought to calibrate our scanners to detect the chemicals in that frequency. Where did you learn how to do that?
Some time ago, I had to deal with several foreign substances that were difficult to scan.
Interesting. I have so little experience out in the field. I've just been studying everything that I can. Sorry to interrupt. Let's continue.
Let's examine some more chemicals.
This is Captain Kim. I found some information for you.
Very well, Captain.
Permission to speak freely.
Granted, what is it, Captain?
Something isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kobali are being entirely truthful with us.
These people are under siege and you're questioning them?
I have a history with the Kobali. A former crewmate, someone I cared about, died and was reborn as Kobali. She tried to rejoin Voyager, but it didn't work out. Losing someone, and then finding them just to lose them all over again. I'm trying not to let my personal feelings cloud my judgment, and I didn't want to doubt the Kobali, but there's a developing pattern I can't ignore.
What have you found?
Not so much found as observed. The Vaadwaur clearly have superior firepower, tactics, and training, right? So why haven't they already wiped the Kobali out? They haven't hesitated to do so on other worlds. Sure, the Kobali have a shield around the capital, but they've been fighting the Vaadwaur for months now, and they're consistently losing troops and territory. I don't understand how the Vaadwaur haven't already taken the capital and finished this.
Unless the Vaadwaur's goal is not to take the city.
Exactly. There has to be some other objective for the Vaadwaur here, and we need to find out what it is. We have to help the Kobali, and we can't do it if we're blinded.
I want you to continue investigating this while I help with the war efforts.
Understood. I won't let you down.
Excellent. I'll return to the General and see what else is needed.
We can't stop until the Vaadwaur leave our world.
I've done what I could in the city, General.
Thank you for your assistance. Your presence here means we're not fighting alone anymore. That's more important than you know. My son is in the trenches now, and he could use your... Wait, what's that?
What is it?
The Vaadwaur are at the gates. You have to help us.
Kim here. Something definitely isn't right. The General is waiting for you. I'll keep trying to figure this out.
That was too close, Admiral. If you hadn't been here, your stand against the Vaadwaur will give our people the motivation they need to keep fighting. There is so much more to do. For the Vaadwaur made it this far, I fear my son in the trenches.
My son Jitanian is commanding our forces outside the city. The Vaadwaur should never have reached us without so much as a warning from him. Something must have happened. Here is his position in the field. Take the nearby transporter and make your way to his command post. He may need assistance.
Very well. Transporter pad is offline, sir, according to my scans. It was disabled very recently. It seems to be a problem in the trenches. Looks like we're taking a long way to see Commander Jitanian. It appears so. We better start walking to the city outskirts.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Hanchin, you're the General's son?
I am, although I understand your confusion. Kobali reproduce by reanimating corpses and then integrating them into our society. We're assigned to existing family groups who teach and care for us. My first life was a long one. I don't remember it, however. I am Kobali, and my father is a source of inspiration and wisdom for me.
Wait, what?
My people do not reproduce in what you would consider a normal fashion. Instead, we use a genetic virus to alter the DNA of corpses from other species, reanimating them and transforming them into Kobali. We call this process rebirth. The process takes several months. Afterward, a new Kobali is assigned to a family group who will help him or her adjust to our culture and learn our language. All memories of the Constaya or past life are left behind. It can be difficult to accept this new life. My father was of great help to me during this time. Some Kobali cannot accept the change and flee to search for their former lives. In these cases, it's our duty to find these lost souls and help them return.
Why do you reproduce this way?
This is not something we normally discuss with outsiders. Suffice it to say, our ancestors experimented with forces they did not understand, and we were irrevocably changed by their folly. Faced with our own extinction, we found a way to survive. Now rebirth is the greatest gift we can give to the dead. Who wouldn't want a second chance at life?
I see. The General said he needed help.
Yes, we have two problems. Our transporters in our forward base have stopped working, and troop morale is low after the last attack. Could you give us a hand by getting more soldiers back into the fight? I'm still looking into the issue with the transporters.
I'll see what I can do for the soldiers.
Thank you. The soldiers have been beaten down so much I can barely keep them going, but they seem bolstered by the outside help. We still have no idea what's disrupting our transporters. Maybe you can find something on the Vaadwaur or from any of their crates in that area.
I'll figure out how to get that transporter working. According to this information, the Vadwar have placed transport inhibitors in the area to block the Kobali advance. Your orders? Send the data to the ISS Long Island. We need a way to disable those inhibitors. Sending. 1 moment, sir. Done. Engineering team has found a wavelength our tricorders can emit to disable the inhibitors. We just need to get close enough to trigger it. Good work. Let's go disable those beacons.
Captain Kim here. I need to speak to you as soon as you return to the city. I've been noticing something strange. When I first met the Kobali, they didn't seem to be a particularly religious people. Lindsay, Jedliah I mean, certainly didn't say anything about it. However, now, almost every Kobali I've met follows one creed, and there's a temple located just beyond the trenches. I've tried to find out more about their practices, but they keep telling me it's forbidden to share them with outsiders.
Do you think this is a religious war?
Maybe, but I don't remember the Vadwar having a particular belief system either. This may not be much, but I'll continue my investigations. Maybe this one is a dead end.
Keep at it, Captain Kim. I'm counting on your information. Vadwar shut down the transporter. They're devious, aren't they? The transporter operational. We can easily send supplies to our forward base. That will help. I'll let you know when we could use your help again. But I'm sorry I cannot answer any questions about our religion. Privacy is an essential part of our practice, and the temple is sacred space. Only Kobali are permitted to enter.
I'm sorry, but could you return later? I believe you need a break. You've already done so much for us. We couldn't possibly ask you for more. Thank you again.
I've discovered a few interesting things that can help us with the Kobali. Do you have anything on your end?
Only the general's acting odd. What do you have?
I've been thinking. Our only way to find out what the Kobali are hiding is through the Vadwar. We need to find out where they're focusing their attacks, and then why. That may be able to shed some light on the situation.
Do you know how the Vadwar communicate with one another in the field?
Yes. My crew was looking into why our signal jammers weren't working, and we found that the Vaadwaur have comm beacons in all of their camps that act as a miniature subspace array. They can't be jammed because they're shielded, and they provide all the Vaadwaur need for controlled, secure communications. Ingenious, really. I wonder if the Starfleet Corps of Engineers could whip up something like that for us. If B'Elanna were here, I'm sure she could. Anyway, if we could place a trace on one of the Vaadwaur beacons...
We'd have access to all their communications.
Exactly. Once we find out where the Vaadwaur plan to attack, we can reinforce the Kobali and find out what, if anything, they're hiding. There are 4 communications arrays in the trenches area. Planting a trace on each of them should allow the engineers on your ship to spy on the Vaadwaur.
I'll handle putting a trace on the communication arrays.
We're hanging in there.
We're receiving your data, sir. Give us a few moments to process it. We have the data, although the trace was cut short. The Vaadwaur have discovered it. Vaadwaur tactical plan seemed to resolve around the temple, not the city itself. According to this, there's a large sealed door that they've been unable to break through until now. We may be planning a large assault on the area soon. Thank you. Connect me to Captain Kim. He needs to hear about this.
Your timing is impeccable. A large squad of armed Kobali just left, but they wouldn't say where they were going. Did you find any information?
Vaadwaur are after the city, after the Kobali temple, not the city.
The temple? That must be where the Kobali are going. We have to help the Kobali defend that temple. Afterwards, maybe we can see why it's so important to the Vaadwaur.
Agreed. I'll go to the temple and support the Kobali.
The temple is secure and the doors to it are still open? This is our chance. Go ahead. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Understood. I'll be waiting for you inside the Kobali temple.
Looks like we've made it to the lowest level of the temple. Let's see what's in there.
Thank you. If you are here, then it means our secret is revealed. I am sorry, but we did what we needed to survive.
Do you know how to open this door?
Take this. It is the code to open the door. Please, do not judge our people too harshly. You would have done the same if you faced extinction.
We'll see.
That's a lot of stasis pods. Let's get a scan of these. We need to know more.
A scan of the stasis pod indicates it contains Vodwire but not a soldier. This temple is actually a massive storage chamber for the non-military Vodwire elite. Your scans indicate Kobali have been taking Vodwire from failed stasis tubes and converting them into Kobali. Scan for history on the stasis tubes. There are at least 300 tubes that have had their inhabitants taken and turned into Kobali over the past 10 years. However, many more tubes have been taken since Kobali arrived on this planet. According to your scans, it's enough that a large portion of Kobali you met were probably once Vodwire in their previous lives. Scan data on empty pods. The pods that were empty all show signs of internal technical failure. No pods that are currently intact have been touched. Of the pods that failed, several of them were repaired and used to store bodies that the Kobali wish to use in the future. Send the data to the ISS Long Island.
I never imagined that we would find this. The Vaudouar aren't fighting the Kobali over territory. They want their people back. This is why the Kobali stopped wandering. Everything they needed was here. It's not right. Some of the Vaudouar in the stasis tubes could still be revived. The Vaudouar are a dying race. Their methods may be extreme, but they're doing what they think they need to do to survive, just like the Kobali are.
We're not here to change the Kobali culture, we're here to protect them from the Vaudouar.
But their culture is directly interfering with that of the Vaudouars. Is that right? Just because we like one side better doesn't mean they're the ones who get to survive. Regardless, we need to take this information to the General and get him to explain why they hid this from us. If the Kobali had been upfront with this from the start, we could have figured out a better solution for this.
I agree, let's go meet with the General.
You've both returned.
General, we know about the temple. When were you going to tell us?
Secrecy protected our future, Captain.
How are we supposed to help you if you won't even tell us what the problem is?
That's enough, Captain.
Captain Drolly, you're late.
The Kazon delayed me. What's the situation?
Temple is full of Vodwire stasis pods that they are using to reproduce.
I see. Captain Kim, no matter our personal feelings, we must follow the Prime Directive. We are not here to change the Kobali culture. We are here to protect them.
We'll talk more about this in private. I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
I'm sorry, Admiral, for everything. We should never have lied. But you're an outsider, and we learned from the past experience that not everyone can accept or even understand what we accept as necessary. I couldn't risk losing your support. It won't happen again. I give you all the information you need. Vaudouar will not stop. Even if we return the remaining stasis pods, you know they won't. Look at what they've done to the Touré. Even the Krenim have fallen. I'll give you some time. We'll talk again when I have more information on our next move.
Before we begin, I must apologize on behalf of the Kobali people. We meant no harm in using the Vaadwaur. When we found the stasis pods, many of them were damaged beyond saving. We honored their fallen by using their forms to preserve our species. The Vaadwaur, however, do not... Our ways are difficult to understand. For some, they may be reprehensible. No matter what the Vaadwaur think, we cannot end this practice without dooming our species to extinction. And that we will not do. Jetanian has sent word that he needs aid. Are you willing to help him?
Yes, I am.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Hampton, your father said you needed more support.
Yes, thank you for coming. One of our bases has been overrun. That facility contained research vital to our cause. Could you go to the base, recover the data, and bring it to one of our forward command posts? One of our scientists will be there waiting for you.
I'll recover the data from the overrun Kobali base. one or two more crates to scan. There we are.
Thank goodness you're here. You've recovered the data from our lost base? Excellent. I knew you could get the job done. Now, we need your expertise on several issues we're encountering.
The scientist in our camp could use your help. We are examining the bodies of fallen Vaadwaur and are encountering a type of chemical we have never seen before. We're hoping you may have the resources to identify what the chemical is.
I'll do my best. Your scans pick up a foreign chemical in the Vaadwaur's bloodstream and DNA. The chemical does not appear to enhance anything in the Vaadwaur's physiology, but there are traces of Kobali signatures in the chemical patterns. Send the findings to your ship for analysis. We've received the data, Captain. This is very interesting. The presence of Kobali-like signature gives me an idea. I'm going to run a quick simulation that replicates the genetic virus that the Kobali used to turn corpses into living Kobali. Aha, that's what I thought. What did you find? The Vaadwaur have injected themselves with a chemical to prevent the Kobali from turning them into, well, Kobali. It's highly experimental and somewhat volatile, but it works. The Vaadwaur perfected it, managed to inject it into all of their stasis pods beneath the temple. They can stop the Kobali from taking their people. Interesting. I'll take this data to the field commander. Thank you for coming, Admiral. We're doing best to hold out in this area. Hanshin, I have all the data on the chemicals.
Excellent work. We've already lost several scouts assigned to search the Vaadwaur bases for this information. Oh no! This could be devastating! The Vaadwaur intend to destroy our ability to reproduce! We need more information about this chemical.
What are you planning?
We have already lost several scouts trying to get this information. Now we need to focus our efforts on obtaining samples of this chemical. We have no scouts to spare, so you will have to take up the charge to recover chemical samples, either from dead Vaadwaur or canisters left in the field.
Are you certain your other scouts are dead?
We have reports that they may still be alive. However, we have to act fast on this new lead. If we do not strike now and gather more samples, the Vaadwaur could potentially stockpile more of these chemicals. It is a regrettable decision, but we must consider the future of our people. Our scouts knew the dangers of their mission.
Scouts are more important. I will rescue them. Captain, some of the scouts we rescued mentioned an abandoned Baldwar base nearby. They may have left something behind. This could be a good opportunity for us to look for more details on the Baldwar plans or orders. We'll head to the abandoned Baldwar base.
I'm here with reinforcements. We have to form a plan of attack. I'll try to override the console. We need to get these shield generators working.
Understood.
Console is all yours. Congratulations, Admiral.
Have you found anything? If that's true, then the Vaudouar intend to infect everyone on the planet, living and dead, with this virus. If they succeed, it could mean the extinction of the Kobali people. I'll stay here to gather more data. Recommend you inform the Kobali immediately.
Commander, the Vaudouar plan to spread this anti-Kobali serum to all species.
We can't let this happen. The Vaudouar clearly want more than this planet. They want to drive us to extinction. Please, take this news to General Kinnell. We've repaired the transporter at this base, so you should be able to come and go as you please.
I'll speak with the General at once.
The Vaudouar plan to make all organisms immune to rebirth? They have gone far beyond what I thought they were capable of. This is no mere war. This is an attempt at genocide. I will inform the members of the Alliance at once. We may need to move battle operations forward to combat this new threat. We will need your help again soon enough. Our forward base in the hills has new information regarding the Vaadwaur's chemical attack plans. Can you meet with Hanshin Sadalor about this new intel? I imagine, given our track record, that this will not be as easy a task as it sounds.
Very well, General. Commander, the General said you had news.
Yes, I do. The Vaadwaur have data on their project, somewhere in the hills. Our scouts attempted to recover more information, but they never made it back to base. The data should still be on them, if you can find their bodies. It is a grim task, but could you recover the data, and then search for information on the chemicals?
I'll do what I can. Oh, my bridge officers are getting in trouble. Captain, I've analyzed the data and determined that it details part of the composition of anti-Kobali chemical virus. The Vaadwaur split the data into 3 parts that had each one in a separate base. If we could recover all 3 of them, we could have enough details on the chemical strain to create a counter-agent. We'll recover more data on the chemicals from other bases.
Excellent. We've been wondering when we would hear from anyone else. And having some place the Vaadwaur haven't found yet has been extremely valuable. Unfortunately, there is still more work to be done. We have key components of the strain, but we still need one last thing before we can create an antivirus.
Your information on the Vaadwaur's anti-Kobali research has been invaluable. But in order for it to work, we need a sample of the original strain of the virus. We know that the base near us has the original strain of the virus stored, but we don't have the strength to assault it. Would you lead the charge to get the original strain?
Of course.
Base is clear. We can start the data download now.
On my way. Okay, back down to the hidden base. We received the data on the chemicals, sir, and examining them now. According to our readings, the chemical you encountered is designed to reverse the Kobali's rebirth process. The virus acts within seconds, and once Kobali is infected, there is no recovery. Interesting enough, in some ways this virus resembles the treatments the doctor used to temporarily restore a Voyager crew member who was revived by a Kobali genetic virus. Do you have any idea why the Vaadwaur would develop both chemicals? According to this data, the Kobali killer chemical was meant to wipe out all Kobali on the planet. The anti-Kobali chemical would ensure that any Kobali that they miss would not be able to continue their species. Vaadwaur want to kill off the Kobali as fast and efficiently as possible, no loose ends. Can an immunization be made? Yes, but it'll take some time. We will coordinate with Captain Dralia and Captain Kim's crew to do what we can. According to the data you recovered, the Vaadwaur have a large amount of chemical stored in their main base and are planning to unleash it on the Kobali. Your orders. Begin work on a counteragent. I'll speak with the Kobali.
The Vaadwaur have a chemical that can instantly kill us? I don't even know how to respond anymore. I can only hope you all can come up with an immunization to it soon. I will rally our soldiers. We will need to make an all-out attack on their main base and stop the Vaadwaur before they can complete their horrible work. Speak with me again soon. Hopefully, we will be ready to begin the assault then. We can't stop until... Our time to strike is now, before the Vaadwaur can deploy their main chemical payload. We would like you to be a part of the assault squad. Your first step will be to take and secure the Vaadwaur forward base in the mountains. Capture the base, and then meet with our squad in one of our hidden outposts in the mountains. They'll brief you on the next step. Move fast. We do not know when the Vaadwaur will begin releasing their chemical payload.
Understood. Now just wait for the ticker to come up.
Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy targets on sensors.
Excellent work, Emerald. Victory is close now. All we need to do is destroy the stored chemicals and take their final command post. We're about to win a major battle in this war, Admiral. Are you ready? I am ready. This is it, Admiral. The final push. The Vaadwaur chemicals are up ahead. The base is heavily fortified. It'll be up to you and whatever forces you can muster to go out after the Vaadwaur. Our forces will stay behind and hold off any Vaadwaur attacks from their bases behind us. Well, let's go have fun. Maximum effort. Come on, you two. Stop napping. Okay, where's the last charge? There it is, I passed it.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
We will not rest until our people are returned and the Kobali pay for their actions. I will not rest until I see every Kobali dead in the streets. Vadwar can't be pawned. I will make sure of it. I will not forsake my people to the fate of these disgusting creatures. Impossible. My people. I am sorry.
Immunization is complete. The Kobali will no longer be harmed by the Vadwar chemical attacks.
But the Vadwar will return at any moment. I suggest we pull back to the city.
Agreed. We need to deal with the Kobali using the Vadwar for rebirth.
Captain Kim, that is not our concern. The Prime Directive is clear on this.
The Vaadwaur were trying to exterminate the Kobali, but the Kobali are trying to eliminate the Vaadwaur by absorbing their culture. I understand the Prime Directive, but we're already here. We're already involved. And the results of the Kobali's actions are no different than the Vaadwaur's.
You have a point, Captain Kim, but I believe this would be better discussed in a more secure location.
Agreed. We'll give you an escort to the city.
Thank you, Captains.
We can't thank you enough for all your help. The war will continue, but now we have the upper hand. We're trained, and we're prepared to finish the fight. We have only one more topic to discuss. What should we do with the stasis pods we currently hold? We thank you for all your help. I believe it is time we discuss what to do with the remaining Vaadwaur stasis pods. Our lead scientist wishes to speak with you within the temple about the problem. I believe Captain Kim wishes to be present as well. I suggest talking to him first.
Very well.
The Kobali have invited us to their temple to discuss the status of the Vaadwaur stasis pods. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for meeting us here. We have spoken with delegates from the Alliance and have come to an agreement about the Vaadwaur. We will cease reviving Vaadwaur from stasis pods that are failing and ensure the upkeep on said pods.
I think that is for the best.
Yes, I have come to see that now. We will release the remaining Vaadwaur from their pods once their current forces have shown us that we can come to a peaceful solution. In the meantime, we shall continue to use this area as a holding area for non-Vaadwaur who will become Kobali.
So you plan on using this as a storage facility for bodies?
Yes, I know it may seem grim to you, but for us, it is sacred. This shall be a place where those who have lost their lives await to have a new life given to them. In time, we will fill this hall again with those who can earn another chance at life.
How will you acquire new bodies?
We are sending scouting ships to several planets that the Vaadwaur have attacked. With the permission of their people, we will take the victims of the Vaadwaur and give them a second chance at life. Our hope is for this to lead to new alliances with the other species of the Delta Quadrant.
It is good we all will come to a solution. I will take my leave.
Are you ready to leave?
Yes, I
think
am.
we've done everything we can here. Thank you again for everything you've done here. I'm relieved that we've cleared this up and can move forward with the Kobali. Let's head back to the city.
Don't worry, Harry. I'll take good care of you.
Thank you, Captains, for watching this incredibly long video. I forgot how long this mission takes.
We can't stop until the
Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.